到这一点，我们是理解在我会觉得说，像我们应该有一个伙伴去给他们提供一些训练，让他们去理解，并且在当地去。
台北只是台湾去比较少，因为球队总是算时间吧，台北直接找
OK， 好啊，我们今天上午的这2堂课就继续吧。
没有看日本来讲，直接排队。来，我放你比较。
Wait, are we ready to start part 2? Okay, I want to start part 2 with something that I talked to a few people outside earlier. Okay? You need to remember this. Remember this message after today's workshop, okay? It's very important. You are more than football marketeers. You are involved in the biggest sports game in the world. You're very fortunate to be in the biggest game in the world. But you are more than football.
各位要记住这些，不只是足球，虽然说你们是处于是这个世界上最庞大的运动的一员，但是要记住是，你们不仅仅是足球，在行销足球而已。
You are all experiential managers.
那你们都是进场经验的这个经历。
Because you are giving experiences to your fans. And you manage that process.
因为你们是在带给球迷进场的体验，并且在管理整个进场体验过程的人。
And you're all doing destination marketing.
那你们都是在做目标是行销。
Okay? If you tell yourself that you are here to sell football, football is one small part of what your role is.
那足球只是你们的角色的扮演的角色的其中一小部分而已。
Your club should be more than football.
那俱乐部应该要除了足球之外，还有更多的东西。
Your league is more than football.
那联赛也是一样，不仅仅只有足球。
So what are you selling?
所以你在贩卖什么样的东西？
Ask yourself this question. It's very important. You have to ask yourself, what are you selling? If you sit here and say, I am here, I am the commercial director of this club, I am selling the football of my club or the brand of my club. That is one part.
那各位坐在这里的是行销商业部门的负责人，你们要知道问自己，我在贩卖什么东西？我在贩卖足球俱乐部呢，还是俱乐部的品牌？那这都只是一小部分而已。
Because your club, the league, your competitor is all the newest movies, the Netflix, the TVB dramas, the malls, all the other sports entertainment, those are your competitors.
那对于俱乐部联赛来讲，你的竞争者是电影、Netflix、购物中心、其他的运动项目。
So when you want to sell your product, you want to create a campaign, you must be unique. You must have something unique that allows the people to buy you, so that the sponsors want to be your partner, because you have these fans, you have this success.
那要记住，就是你们要球迷去买你们的东西，要赞助商愿意成为你们的伙伴。
You have to innovate.
要创新。
The iPhone came out. Recently was the 20th anniversary of the iMac.
而且是 iMac 第20年，上市第20周。
The original Mac. Okay. Do you see the evolution? It went from a little cute pink-colored or red or yellow-colored little box, and you look at the flat screen today. Innovation, 20 years.
那这苹果电脑在20年的演进过程中，从一个
How old are your clubs? How old is your league?
各位的俱乐部还有这个联赛，它的年纪。
Have you innovated yourself?
那你们有创新吗
Have you innovated your brand?
那你们品牌上有创新吗
Have you innovated yourself?
那你们自己有创新吗
Have you innovated the staff in your club?
俱乐部工作人员有创新吗
Because if you have not, then you start doing now. Think about it. Put that thought in your head. Because this needs to be the beginning of a new beginning.
那如果没有的话，现在开始就要去想，因为这会是一个全新的开始。
The next part of our presentation is called Developing a Creative Rights Package.
那这一部分会是要如何创造出一个有创意的赞助商权利的包装。
It's about ensuring that what you sell is creative.
这边是要确保你卖出去的东西是有创意的。
All the brands, from Adidas to McDonald's to Budweiser to Kavalan, this brand, everybody loves creativity, okay?
那所有的品牌，从阿迪达斯、麦当劳，甚至到各位桌上的这个矿泉水的品牌，大家都喜欢有创意。
Why should you drink Kavalan water?
那为什么你要选择这个品牌的
Tell
矿
me
泉水？
why? Why should you drink Kavalan water? Anyone here? Why? Because Kavalan makes the best whiskey in the world. Do they make the best water in the world? You don't know, right? But why do people buy Kavalan water then? Why?
那卡瓦伦虽然有最好的威士忌，但是他们水是最高品质，不一定。然后说大家还是会选择去买卡瓦伦
Why?
这个品牌，为什么？
I'm going to ask you this question. Every one of you must have answers why, okay? Why Coca-Cola has a subsidiary brand of water? Why?
那种可口，大家都看为什么可口可乐有下面有吃
Why does
矿泉水？
Kavalan water exist?
Diversifies.
那为什么有这个？
Yes. Also because do all people drink whiskey, or do they drink whiskey with water? That's one reason, right? But the bigger thing is more people drink water than whiskey, right? It's the easiest thing to sell. 25 years ago, a friend of mine in Indonesia told me, "Hey, come be my partner, let's sell water." I said to him, "You're crazy, nobody will buy water. Water is for free." 25 years later, my friend's a multi-millionaire in Indonesia. I'm still here. But that tells you about creativity, innovation, about being able to future-proof yourself, your club, everything that you are, you have to future-proof. You are here today, you have to look ahead. Because when you go to your sponsors, the sponsors want to know, you're here, if I come with you, where am I going? Am I going to the future or are you going to take me backwards? Right?
对于这个赞助商来讲，他知道是我们现在在这里，但是跟你合作之后，你会把我带来，你会把我往未来的方向迈进，还是你会让我倒退回去
？You need to sell a good story.
那各位贩卖的是一个故事，一个有意思、好听的故事。
A creative rights package is storytelling.
那这个就是关于要怎么样讲出一个好的故事。
Okay? What do sponsors want?
那赞助商想要什么？
They want your fans.
他们想你的球迷。
Do you have fans?
你有球迷吗？
You need to find fans. How do you find fans? Okay?
然后你们要怎么样去有球迷吗？那你们要怎么找到球迷？
Sponsors want exclusive content.
赞助商想要独家的内容。
Do you have exclusive content?
啊，各位有独家的内容吗？
You have to ask yourself. Okay? They want frequency with the content. They want to have content appearing again and again and again and again.
那赞助商想要是他们的 content 内容出现的频率，他们希望他们的内容可以一直出现，一直不断重复的出现。
It's like when you talk about people who have like 10 million followers or 5 million followers because they post many things. And people start following them.
达到千万、百万的追踪者是然后
Unique events. Sponsors want unique events. Do your club, do your league have unique events?
那俱乐部还有联赛有没有一个独家的活动？
Do you have player endorsement?
那你们有没有对球员有没有筹办？
Do you give your media, your sponsors, they want social media access? Do they get social media access? Can they post stuff on your website? Can they do things with your social media?
那你们有没有社群媒体管道给赞助商？他们可不可以在你们的网站上发布内容？有没有办法在你们的社群媒体上面发表内容？
Can your sponsors do composite campaigns? Means can they work with the other brands that are in your club?
那他们有没有办法创造出复合的活动？有没有办法跟你的俱乐部里面其他赞助商一起合作推出活动？
Sponsors want return on investment. That means when they spend $100 with you, they want $200 back.
那赞助商也想要看到他们的投资有回报。当他们投入100块的时候，他们希望他们可以拿回200块的东西。
So how are they going to get that?
那他们要怎么做到这些？
You need to have a good story.
所以你们需要一个好的故事。
Sponsorship tools in the brand pillar. Your teams. Your match day. You, the club. Your competitions. Are you doing social responsibility? Do you do activities in the community? Are you helping the society around you? Do you help the handicapped? Do you help the government movement? Do you help women? Do you help children? Do you have a grassroots program? What is your fan activity? These are your sponsorship tools, your brand pillars. This is what you are going to sell.
那这些就是你要去贩卖出的东西。球队、比赛日、俱乐部、比赛本身 connection， 然后还有你的社会责任，你们有没有去帮助残障、行动不便人士？你们有没有去支持其他的 对社会公益活动有没有草根，有没有草根发展计划，还有最重要是有没有球迷，你的球迷在哪里？那这些都是你们可以贩卖给赞助商的东西。
So, sponsor objectives, right? In today's society, most sponsors, what do they want? If you look at what they want, access to exclusive content. They want a lot of that, that. They want to have a lot of social media presence because they know a lot of people are on social media, right? They want to have brand loyalty and they want to have awareness.
那这边就是说，这边就是要了解你的赞助商希望达到什么目标。现在以现在社会现在的形态来讲，他们希望有独家内容，希望有在社群媒体曝光的机会，创造出品牌意识，还有增加他们的品牌忠诚度。
This is a task, but we'll do this afterwards, okay?
那这之后我在这一章我在之后再做。
In terms of your rights offering, okay? I said to you earlier, your sponsorship tools, your sponsorship pillars, so your brand tools, match day, social, and data. If you have data of your club, your players, that's valuable. That's a sponsorship element. Okay? Content, events and activation. Are you doing events? On every match day, do you have events? Do you have good branding? What is the ROI, the return on investment, right?
那这些就是我们要提供他们的权利。比赛日，然后你们的球员资料、social media、社群媒体资料、内容、活动，你们在每个比赛日是不是有活动？品牌，你们的品牌形象，还有投资的报酬率。
What kind of events for the match?
Pre-game, post-game, halftime,
For example, 就是单纯化奉献。
pre-game, pre-event, concerts. You can have a concert before a game. In Thailand, in Korea, almost every other weekend is a concert before a game. So it depends.
那这些活动，是赛前、赛中或赛后，在乌里海边的主场，几乎每一周都有赛前演唱会。
You create the long game experience.
那你是要创造出，你是要打造出一个长期的对于比赛的体验。
Right? So you create an experience such that people actually have the opportunity to, like brands have the opportunity to engage, to buy into events around the match itself. Because you cannot change a football match. 2 teams, 11 players versus 11 players. Unless of course someone gets sent off. 11 and 11 play, that's it. As a referee in the middle, the inside, right? You cannot influence that. But you influence everything around it. That's what they say.
那你们没办法改变比赛结果，就是11人对11人，除非有人红牌被赶下去。那11人对11人，裁判在中间，你们没有办法改变这个东西，但是你们可以卖出去，在围绕在这球场周边的东西。
Right? How many of you know your fans on social media? How many of you? Do you know who they are, where they come from? Are they men? Are they women? How many of you have that data?
那你们有多少人对于你们社群媒体上的球迷有进行过详细分析？他们从哪里来？性别的比例、年纪这些的资料，你们多少人做过分析？
How many of you know that? Like, you have the data?
On the website shows me some information.
Yeah, but how many of you
Not
know?
exact, but
Okay, that is valuable data. Okay, it's in fact it's invaluable. It's like it's priceless. You need to grow this data. If you know where they're from, how old they are. Do you know all of you have Facebook now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have Facebook. Facebook sells all your data. That's how they grow, right? Every time you log in and you click on something, they know exactly what you're clicking on. So if you see the ads that appear around your page, you'll always find that the ads are what you like to pick or what you like to watch. Right? So all your data is with Facebook. Facebook sells that. So imagine if you know the data of your fans, your Facebook page, of your club's Facebook page. If you can know your fans, you know their habits, their age, you communicate with them, you understand them, where they're coming from, which part. Like Mauricio, you don't have issues, you play in Taichung or you play in another city, you know your fans, you can reach out to them, you can specifically target them. You can tell them, we're playing here next, don't forget to support us. You can then go out and create a campaign around it.
OK， 那其实最有价值也是无价的资料，就是各位从球迷的相关资料，他们住在哪，他们有什么兴趣，他们的分布、年龄分布、性别这些的。Facebook 之所以会成功，就是他们把你这些资料全部都卖给广告商。所以你们在 Facebook 上两边看到的广告都是你们可能之前点击过有兴趣的内容。那这些资料也是，如果你们有这些资料，你就可以精准分析出你们球队的球迷在哪里。比如说今天在台中比赛，你就可以精准的对你们在台中球迷进行投放，请他们进场来看比赛。
Okay, sponsors want exclusive content. Okay, so what does that mean? So this is a campaign that was done some years ago with the Scotland national team. Okay, as you all know, Scotland's not the most fantastic national team, but they have fantastic, like really, really good fan programs and very, very good marketing campaigns. Right? So I was fortunate to do some work with them. So this is an exclusive content that was provided and done with the team. But watch this, but you realize how unique it is.
那时候是独家的内容，就是说，例如说以苏格兰为例，苏格兰并不是在欧洲顶级的球队，他们的行销还有球迷的这一块做得相当的完善。
You're able to then create this really positive relationship, okay, between sponsors and fans.
Here we are watching out the training at Wembley Hall in the main Russell. Got a double session today. Looking forward to it. Russell's free because of the sun softening. But hopefully we'll enjoy it.
Sponsor logo.
Alright, we're going to go and try it. See what today brings.
Can you get your good sir? He's the one against. Yeah, I deny it.
So down north. That's the way to watch. And the last call. For what? So cookies.
You know, it's been a massive change for you. Leaving Blackpool, the West Brom, that's been good.
It's been eye-opening. Very professional life there.
Yeah.
Good refreshing club.
It was on Saturday.
The great show, really that. It was one big tune. The season.
Such a good as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't done the Sheffield Wednesday Cup. You've got me one now.
I think you've done very, very well.
Thank you for this. I feel like to put my part
对，但是就是不光是当时
party jokes, those are about my stuff. That's simple, it sounds great.
Okay, so you see what's unique about this is filmed not by media, it's by the players themselves. The players film it and then they put it out there. So this footage is unique. It's an interview. I don't know how many of you actually understood exactly what conversation was being had. It's obviously very Scottish, but the thing is that it's really unique in the sense that is behind the scenes. It's players training, this particular content. Vauxhall are the sponsors of the Scottish national team. So, but what they don't usually get is media don't do this. But this is inside, behind the scenes footage. So it's exclusive content. So what happened? Then they then are able to use this on their website and create that positive relationship. And the player even talks about Vauxhall the brand. He talks about that relationship. I mean, Vauxhall is a very old English brand, very old English brand. But you know, they make cars for many years. So imagine that you can do something like this for your sponsors. Something new, something that you can do for your league, for instance. Again, something new, right?
那这部影片其实它就是球员自己拿着相机自己去拍。那这些东西是媒体不会去做的，那这就是你们独特的内容。那 Vauxhall 它借由这个独特的内容，幕后直击，直接去跟球迷之间建立正向良好的关系。因为这种幕后直击的东西是只有球员拍得出来，他们幕后训练的是什么东西，然后他们在训练场做了哪些东西，甚至球员会主动提起 Vauxhall 这个品牌的名称。那这样子对 Vauxhall 赞助来讲，它是一个正向的关系。它借由在这个影片独家内容在媒体上曝光，它就是一个长期正向的一个关系。
Okay, this is another video I'd like to show you. Again, it's an exclusive content. It's about the English national team, right? Every time the English national team travels, and for Ryan, this was filmed in Australia, by the way. So the English national team went to Australia. So usually when they go to a trip, you don't really get to see where the players stay, the hotel, what's happening there. So this is actually done by the players completely. So the players were given a camera and said, please can you get us some footage? So that's what it is. The player is Gary Cahill. Okay?
先开有自己就拿相机去拍旅馆在飞机上的一些内容，因为通常这种东西不会让球迷知道。
Hello, just arrived in Miami. Had a long day today.
Sorry, Miami, sorry.
Pretty early. There was a photo shoot, all the lads flew over. Just had a bite to eat. Oh, that's okay. It's 2 weeks time to go back to that shot now. Once went to bed. I'm just. What's up, Where is the big dog? This is my room.
done for the week. And I've looked around there. Bathroom, room, and first of all, the view from outside here. Over the water. Yeah, I'll be bringing you these every day this week. Caramba, para inglés. Oggi è stata contiene esposar. La casa o gioco aquí.
So basically, again, exclusive content behind the scenes. You don't really get this. Have you done this before with your club, with your league? Maybe it's something that you want to sort of like come up with ideas. Ideas there are many, but stuff like this is something to give your fans back, right? This basically, you know what happens when you put it out there? People start tweeting, or they start responding to this. So this was the players trying to speak Portuguese, right? English players speaking Portuguese.
那这些东西各位有没有在球队里面试过？有没有在比赛里面试过？就是说拍这种独特内容。当这些内容出来之后，球迷会自己主动在社群媒体上面去转发、去发布这些东西。
You want them to follow your social media, right? If you want them to follow, you need to give them content that there is a reason for them to follow.
当你希望球迷要来追踪你社群媒体的时候，你要给他们一个理由，来内容和理由来追踪你的社群媒体脸书这些地方。
When you come up with a creative rights package, right? Always remember there's always a cost of every sale. When you're looking to sell a sponsorship, when you want to create, you have to always understand that there's always going to be a cost. The average tends to be around about 13% of what the cost would be. If let's say you're looking to go and raise 100,000, then you're looking to spend about $13,000 in terms of actually doing the video, doing the actual stuff around the sale process itself.
那各位要记住，就是所有的卖出去的东西会伴随着成本，那通常这成本会落在13%的，大概13%。例如说，卖出去100万的赞助金买货，大概有13万是我要拿来投资在这些东西的成本上面。
The exercise earlier again, I think we'll come back to do that exercise. I think we'll have some time.
那我们之后会再回来再试去操作这个模式。
Partnership with the public sector using football as a power of good. I've said before, I think your club actually is working with the city government. So, but I think a lot of you should look at this, okay? A lot of you should look at the possibility to partner with regional associations, with local organizations, with aid agencies. You know, like if you've seen in the past many years ago, FC Barcelona used to have UNICEF on the jersey, right? So that was a partnership with UNICEF. So you need to look at those kind of organizations, civil society organizations. You need to look at that as well. Because a lot of people do not realize that you can work with them. They can give you maybe not a lot of money, but they can give you some money. Because they want to promote themselves. They want to say, hey, you know, because if they want to launch a campaign, they need to spend a lot of money to launch a campaign. But working with you, maybe there's a way for them to get around it.
OK， 那特别是跟这个公部门的合作，你们要善用足球来做一个工具。那可以，你们有机会可以跟政府合作，或是其他当地的一些机关团体去合作，来帮你解决一些问题。那对于为什么这些公部门跟你们合作？因为对他们来讲，直接去办一个活动可能成本太高。但是如果介于我跟你们合作，他们可以把成本压低，但是也可以达到他们要的效果。
For instance, you can create a campaign. Your club can say, hey, why don't we get, you know, young girls who come and start playing football, young boys who come and play football, young girls and young boys come out and play football. And your campaign is about raising awareness around cohesion, right? About trying to find a way to promote health and well-being on a weekend. You know, in Spain, every weekend, there's this thing called toddler football for kids aged from 4 to 10. So they get kids to come and play. And parents just come and be part and parcel of it. Because a lot of these parents are working parents. They don't have time during the week. So by the weekend, they create an activity so that the parents can come and play with them. So, and there's another activity in the US where they create bumper bowling. You know bumper bowling? So bumper bowling is basically, you know those bowling alleys? So on both sides of the gutter, they put inflatable. So the ball will never go into the gutter. So they encourage the children to come out and bowl with their parents. Your club can do that. So you are not just selling football, you're selling family, you're selling societal cohesion, you're selling quality, awareness, everything. So if you partner with all these kind of agencies, this will give you an opportunity to do that.
那各位贩卖其实不只说足球，包括说社会的意识，包括社会的一些意识啊，还有一些理念传达。例如说7到14岁的小孩子，请他们周末一起来看球，因为其实一起来玩球，因为其实对于家长来讲，往往家长都要周间到工作没办法准备球，但他们周末是有这些时间的。那这些就可以推广出说，例如说更健康的生活形态，周末出去运动，而不是待在家里这些的。那这些都是你们可以去跟当地的政府机关去合作的一些内容。
Right? Physical well-being. Right? You're promoting physical well-being. You can do mental well-being. A lot of people around the world, many people are now beginning to realize that depression is an illness. Right? So mental health is something of a big concern. Imagine your club coming out there and say, we are here and we are here to promote mental health well-being. You'll be one of the first clubs to do that, right? So you should look at opportunities like that and then partner with a civil organization.
那这些其实说可以推广，比如说健康的体格、健康的心理状况，因为其实现在来讲，忧郁症是一个蛮大的问题。但是你们可以作为一个媒介去帮助政府机关团体、民间的机关团体和政府团体去推广这些意识，来帮助你们。
Right. So partnership with public sector. Please ensure that you're ensuring that you have a strategy about partnering with the public sector.
那当你们跟公部门合作的，一定要记住你们要特别对于跟公部门合作的一个策略。
So if you partner with the public sector, have a strategic plan, because with public sector you always look at long term. Okay? Always, it's an opportunity for you to build relationships with the local government, the local community, townships, municipal organizations. You can understand the NGO objectives, the government objectives better. Okay? You can even create ambassador programs. Your players become ambassadors for this program. Like Tato has, for instance, like your club, because you're already going to partner with the city, you should enhance it, do more for them. So the following year, they want to give you more support, right? There's a reason. You say, we would like to do for you a campaign. So you identify what campaign. So next year, so every year, as an example, okay? Generally in England, most of the Premier League clubs, every year before the season starts, they will say, this year we will partner with a hospital, a children's hospital. We'll partner with a program. We will partner with this. You should think about this. Because as a football club, if you are going to receive, or if you're a league, you're going to receive, you have to find ways to exist in the community. What is your corporate social responsibility? What are you doing to be a socially responsible organization? You must have a strategy. Because if you are a corporate social responsible member of society, people are going to love you more. Fans will love you more. Because you are doing something for society, right? So you need to have that too.
OK， 那以跟公部门合作来讲，我们需要长期的计划，因为我们跟公部门合作都是长期的一个策略计划，那要建立好良好关系，然后了解说政府还有非营利团体他们的目标是什么， 然后你们球员也可以成为他们合作计划大使，例如在英超，在英超队伍每一年技术都会宣布说，我们今年是跟某某医院或者某某儿童医院做合作，那球员就会作为大使。然后记住就是你们有没有善尽你们的社会责任，你们的俱乐部社会责任是什么，你们企业的社会责任是什么。当你们在社会上愿意扮演这些负责任的角色的时候，球迷还有社会大众会更容易去接受你们俱乐部还有球队的存在。
Okay, so remember, it's very important when you come up with a creative rights package. Okay? Your creative rights package must have the ability to engage the brand. There is a reason why the brand wants to be a partner. And that creativity comes from possibilities to partnership with them, public sector, partnership with commercial organizations, but you have to create it actually. Why? Right? So you have to start to think about how you're going to do that. Right? Very important. Okay, so remember that. And remember always when you do partnership with public sector, it's all about long term.
OK， 那跟公共合作要记住，这是一个长期的合作关系。那为什么商业组织会选择跟各位合作，会选择跟各位赞助？因为他希望看到他们跟球迷之间有所互动。那这些互动常常就是我们平常从这些地方慢慢去累积出来的东西。
Okay? Does any of the clubs here actually do any work with CSR?
那这里有没有俱乐部有从事过企业社会责任相关的活动？
Corporate social responsibility. I mean, do you do anything?
With kids, we send courses for kids in the schools.
For free?
Yes. We are trying to cooperate with the schools. We
Okay.
send them the courses.
Okay, so you do. Okay.
我们最近其实有跟经济基金会有合作到他们的一些社区的小票，要寄球场，常常去做签售，然后他们有一些那种，比方说那种义卖，我们有让去帮他们画画，然后在他们的经济上面去做一些义卖，这样子的活动。人机也就没到我们去，但那个白人就是啊。As something that's very joint nature of the organization. So
right.
Serves as they can have other organization.
Right. Okay. That's very good because all of you should use this. Okay. There must be one aspect in your commercial strategy that you must have CSR, because if you don't have CSR, that's you are space than non-digital space? Is the sponsor an on-ground brand and through-the-line brand? So you have to ask yourself, but you need to have an asset register. When you want to create a sponsorship plan, you need to develop an asset register. Asset register means you have all the asset players. So in the players, you have first team, second team, third team, women's team, youth team. All these are assets. So what are you going to offer them, right? You have facilities. Do you own your facilities? That's your asset. If you have a gym, that's your asset. Your weekend, that's your asset. So you have to work out your asset register first.
所以不管什么情况都是要先，就是你的资产表，你要知道说你有什么东西是可以卖出去，比如说你的球衣、我的球场，然后还有比赛中国有哪些东西是可以卖出去的，赛前、赛中、赛后这些东西，我有多少东西是可以卖出去，所以这是一定要做的第一步，要不然你不知道你有什么东西可以卖。
Do you understand? You're asking me what you're going to offer, but if you don't have your asset register, because I don't know your club per se, but you know your club, right? For a typical English club in the Premier League, their asset register will be all the first team, second team, third team, then they have the women's team, then they have the stadium, they have their facilities, they have their training ground, they have their programs that they do, right? Programs in the community, all these are assets. They have their perimeter board signages, they have their inventory, their inventory, their seating, their stadium. So you see the seats that the coaches sit on, that's an asset. The hospitality boxes, that's an asset. On the weekend, you can go to a stadium, even in Championship 3, you can buy a little box within even a stadium in their club and sponsor that. So it depends on what your asset register is. What kind of assets can you create in your club?
那对于赞助商来讲，他不知道你的球队有什么东西是可以卖出来的，只有你一个球队经营者才知道。以英超来讲，我的包厢是可以卖的，我的球场周边的广告，我的座椅、教练甚至教练座椅都是可以卖的。但这是只有你知道，你要让赞助商知道你有什么东西可以卖出去。
I would like to hear some examples.
Yeah, but examples are dependent on your club.
I mean from other clubs because.
But like, okay, if you ask me, I give you an example, okay? You take Buriram example, okay? Buriram's asset register is, they have a club store outside. They have hospitality outside. They have legal concessions. That means you can go there and sell shops where people can come and sell stuff. They have like a carnival plan. You can rent the stadium. The stadium is an asset. The seating is an asset. The seating can be blocked out. That's an asset. Hospitality is an asset. So the question is, what do you have as an asset?
那对以物理行业来讲的话，它的官方的旗舰店是一项可以卖出去的资产，旁边的贩售的小摊位也是一项资产，然后球场也是一项资产，这一切都是取决于你球队的状况。
You can sell, for instance, you can get your players to go and run a camp. That's an asset.
还有说，你球员可以出去弄一个夏令营，这也是一项。
You can say, you know, when the school holidays are coming, you say you're going to run a soccer camp. You know, that's an asset.
例如说，你在暑假的时候，你可以在学校举办
And during
夏令营，这也是一项资产。
during this camp, it can be your players plus a special player. That's an asset. It depends on what your asset register is. Not just the jerseys, the static boards, stuff like that. It's more than that. So the question is, what asset do you have?
那其实不只有你的球衣啊这些的，是你的可以的资产，而是说，例如说我的假日足球学校一个球员加一个特别的来宾出席，这也是你如果你可以做到，这也是你的资产。
Right? There are a lot of clubs now who sell their international betting rights outside the country, where betting is allowed. That's an asset.
那甚至连赌博的开牌，国际赌牌。
There's a lot of clubs that sell their OTT, their digital rights, clip rights. They just clip their goals of the season and create a package and sell that. That's an asset.
那包括 OTT 啊，你整季的进球精华，还有精彩比赛的 highlight 回顾，这些都是你可以卖，这些都是你的资产。
Yeah, so for you, you're asking for ideas, but ideas are 120, but it depends on the size of your club.
那就请大家用餐可以在里面没有问题。那个厨余那一些，
就是厨余外面已经有准备了一个垃圾袋，然后有一个盒子是专门装厨余的。那待会就是请大家用完餐之后，请就是丢弃的时候帮我们做个分类这样子。
谢谢各位。
下午晚一点。
对。
Okay.
我们是不是？